Thanks for watching THV 11 News at Noon on this Wednesday. I'm Michael Aaron here with meteorologist Nathan Scott.
Good afternoon.
We have some big changes on the way.
I mean, you step outside right now, it does not feel like mid-November. The sun's breaking through the cloud cover, the temperatures are going up, and look what I'm expecting today. Highs topping out into the mid to upper 70s across the region. But we've got cooler numbers. If you saw that behind me, Friday morning lows expected to drop down into the upper 20s to lower 30s. So it's going to be a shock to the system. Today, though, get outside, have lunch outdoors. Temperatures right now into the low to mid 70s. You see the clouds trying to break up across central Arkansas, and that wind, it's no joke. We're seeing those winds kick in from the south-southwest about 10 to 20 miles per hour. Gusts have been as high as 30 to 35. We do have some changes on the way. A cold front starts to approach tonight. So most for Wednesday, we're dry. Small chance of a shower arriving, say, around sunset for areas north and west of the metro. But then going through the evening into the overnight, that's when we'll have a line of showers and storms roll their way through the natural state. Not expecting any severe weather. There could be some pockets of downpours, but look at the temperature change. Ahead of the front, temperatures into the 60s. Behind the front, temperatures will be into the upper 40s as early as 11 o'clock in northwest Arkansas. We've got a lot to talk about. I'll let you know what to expect this weekend and also into next week coming up.
Nathan, thank you. Our top story this afternoon, Little Rock police are searching for answers after two deadly shootings last night. The first happened early yesterday evening, I should say, on Geyer Springs Road near Dreyer Lane. We're waiting for more information on that this afternoon. While we still don't have a lot of information, police have told us that the victim was a woman who they are working to identify. Still no word on possible suspects there. The second shooting happened a few hours later on Republic Lane. That's about a mile away from the first crime scene. The victim, 18-year-old Xavier Johnson, died at the hospital. Police have not said whether they are looking for a suspect in this case, and we're also working to learn if both of the shootings are connected. Family and friends are mourning the death of a 17-year-old in North Little Rock this afternoon. Police tell us he was shot on Beach Street near the intersection of 8th. Medics took the boy to the hospital where he died. We do not know his name, how this happened, or who shot him. Detectives ask anyone with information to give them a call. We'll keep you updated as we learn more about each of these investigations. We want to turn now to the COVID-19 pandemic. Pfizer is asking the U.S. government for emergency approval of a new COVID treatment. The request comes as the FDA draws closer to approving the drug maker's COVID-19 vaccine booster for all adults. Naomi Ruckham has the very latest.
Almost 200 million Americans are fully vaccinated against COVID-19, but breakthrough cases are surging across the country.
Although the highest risk are those people who are unvaccinated, we are seeing an increase in emergency department visits among adults age 65 and older, which are now again higher than they are for younger age groups.
With the latest spike creating a new urgency, the FDA is expected to authorize the Pfizer vaccine booster for all adults as soon as tomorrow.
Soon it's going to go down at all ages, and you're going to see a waning of immunity that impacts not only cases, but ultimately hospitalization.
The CDC currently recommends boosters for people 65 and older or at high risk. But at least 7 states aren't waiting around for the federal government to revise that policy.
Anyone who wants a booster can get a booster shot. If you have been vaccinated and it's been 6 months, now you can get a booster shot 18 and over.
And as the holidays approach, many Americans may heed warnings about indoor masking. A recent survey found about half of Americans will ask their holiday guests to wear masks, and nearly 3/4 say they plan to celebrate with members of their household. Polls also show the majority of people hosting Thanksgiving dinners will not ask their guests about their vaccination status. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News, New York.
Published reports say the Biden administration is preparing to invest billions of dollars to expand U.S. vaccine manufacturing capacity. The goal is to produce at least 1 billion doses a year by the second half of 2022. Arkansas health officials are keeping a close eye on the rising number of COVID-19 cases. They're most concerned about one age group. Doctors say cases in schools, specifically in younger students, are increasing at an alarming rate. For the first time in more than a month, the state's public schools topped 1,200 total active cases this week. The majority of those cases, according to ADH data, are students. The state's chief medical officer believes the uptick connects with mask requirements being lifted in schools.
We're seeing an increase in circulation in the school setting, whereas before we were not.
Several schools are changing their mask policies as we get further into the semester. The latest, the Jacksonville North Pulaski School District decided this week masks are now optional for students and staff. New at noon, Jacob Chansley, the man known as the QAnon shaman, will spend 41 months in prison for his involvement in the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. Chansley, who stormed the Senate chamber wearing face paint and a fur helmet with horns, pleaded guilty to one felony count of obstruction back in September. Kenosha, Wisconsin is nervously awaiting a verdict in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. Demonstrators have gathered around the courthouse where deliberations continue for a second day. 500 Wisconsin National Guard members are stationed outside the city ready for the verdict. The 18-year-old killed 2 people and wounded a third last year during anti-police protests. Rittenhouse says it was self-defense. In Georgia, the defense will begin its case in the Ahmaud Arbery murder trial today. The prosecution rested yesterday after 8 days of testimony and 23 witnesses. 3 white men are accused of chasing down and killing Arbery, an unarmed black man. Arbery's family has said he was out for a run when he was shot and killed. The defense says the men shot him in self-defense during a lawful citizen's arrest. Retail sales are on the rise as Americans start their holiday shopping, but many businesses are struggling to meet the demand and find enough workers. Meg Oliver visited one business that's turning to high school students to help fill the gaps.
We get a little bit here and there, but we just really aren't getting the responses we used to get.
Jessica Woodward runs Montclair Bread Company. She doesn't usually hire seasonal workers, but this year she's relying on them to stay open.
It's going to be a little crazy next week, especially for Thanksgiving. That's our biggest one to get through, but I mean, we'll get through it.
She's working extra hours to get by and turning to high schoolers.
Could you stay open on the weekends without your high school employees?
Probably not forever, or not always. We can handle it in the short term, but it's just like all our other staff would get burned out.
It's not just mom and pop shops that need more employees. Big retail chains are expected to hire around 600,000 seasonal workers to keep up with the growing demand, according to the National Retail Federation. Amazon is hiring 150,000 new employees, Kohl's needs about 90,000, and UPS needs to hire more than 100,000 workers. Larger companies are also offering more incentives to attract new employees. Amazon, Walmart, and Macy's are among many raising wages and offering signing bonuses, healthcare benefits, and even tuition reimbursement. But many small businesses can't compete.
And I think that's why the customers getting frustrated with service being slower in places, like, have to understand that that's the way things are going to be right now.
Businesses like this bakery are facing a perfect storm with increased demand, staff shortages, and rising prices for ingredients like flour and shortening. Meg Oliver, CBS News, Montclair, New Jersey.
Something we are certainly seeing in Arkansas as well. But what if you're doing your holiday shopping online, or you need to send someone's gift to another state? Well, we've got some good news. The United States Postal Service has new equipment and extra workers to make sure your packages arrive on time this holiday season.
Process between 3,000 and 4,000 pieces per hour.
Central Arkansas has 2 new package sorters just in time for the holidays. They allow the Postal Service to sort items much quicker than doing it manually. The manager of the Little Rock Plant Processing and Distribution Center tells us last year was a struggle with increased demand and everything brought on by COVID. They sorted a lot of items manually. That new equipment will allow the Postal Service to handle more volume more efficiently.
There is a lot going on. There's a lot of mechanization that to me is still impressive. I still enjoy watching it run. The Postal Service spent a lot of money this year getting us ready, so I'm excited.
You're seeing brand new video of brand new Flex Rovers. Those sort between 400 and 600 packages an hour. The difference from those other machines is that they handle large packages up to 70 pounds. But this technology cannot replace good old-fashioned manpower. The Postal Service has hired about 140 employees in Central Arkansas to help with the holiday surge. And while that new tech will help get your packages delivered on time, they don't put them in the mail for you. To make it on time for Christmas, the Postal Service says you have until December 17th to send first-class mail and smaller first-class packages. The deadline for priority mail is December 18th and priority mail express is December 23rd. What about FedEx? Ground economy packages should be sent on December 9th. The deadline for ground and home delivery is December 15th. Packages via FedEx Express Saver should be sent on the 21st of December. 2-day and 2-day AM. The deadline is December 22nd, overnight, December 23rd, and FedEx same-day packages could still make it in time, but you have to send them Christmas Eve, December 24th. A lot to remember there. We'll keep reminding you as the holidays get closer. And for those packages being shipped through UPS, check the company's website for quotes on ground shipping for when you can expect your packages to arrive. The deadline for packages flying second-day air services is December 22nd. Next-day air is December 23rd. It'll be here before you know it. And Arkansas students' big city dreams are coming true this Thanksgiving. How he scored the chance to help in this year's Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade coming up right here at 12:16.
And we got some breaks of sunshine out there, but look at those clouds. Those clouds are moving because we got some gusty winds. Significant changes will be taking place. Enjoy the warm weather today because tomorrow it will not be so warm. More on that next.